Hi Flosstube, it's Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher. I'm back with video number 23. Today is Friday, July 7, 2023. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy to have you. And as always, I appreciate your comments and your feedback and the communication we have. I love it. Thank you so much for being so supportive. If you're new here, you're very welcome. I hope that you see something you enjoy and that you will be inclined to like and subscribe and come back again. I'd love to have you as part of my virtual stitching family. Thank you. Okay, this is going to be a relatively short video. I don't have a lot of things to report. We'll go through the cross-stitch items first, then we'll talk about the 3K celebration recipients, and lastly we'll talk about the quilt that's hanging behind me. So if you don't want to stick around for the quilt, you're free to leave, well, of course you're free to leave anytime, but you're free to leave when I'm done with the cross-stitch. So let's get on with it and talk about what I've been doing in the last 2 weeks. When the last Flosstube was on the 23rd of June, so I had 1 week in June and 1 week in July. So in June, I was finishing some things up. I tried to get in my 3 days on my red sampler. I always have a red sampler going, and I tried to do 3 days, at least 3 days every month on the red sampler. This is the current one, Vincenza Larrichia from Hands Across the Sea. I only had, I think, a day and a half, as I see here on my chart. Yes, a day and a half on her. And here she is. So I extended this design out and got the number 10. The numbers go around the sampler. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then they continue. So I got that to the number, and between each of the numbers there's a different border design, so that's kind of interesting to stitch, have a little variety. I worked on these doodads. I got those done. That's all I did in a day and a half. That's a lot of stitching on 56 count. And by the way, Linda, who I met at StitchCon, my subscriber who shared with me some of those wonderful thin needles, they are perfect. I'm going to call the attic and get an order for myself. She shared size 12 beading needles with a tapestry point. They're very thin and they're wonderful on 56 count. I'm very happy with those. So as I say, I'm going to order some more. Thank you, Linda. Another thing I worked on again was my velvet Parsnip Needlebook from Stacy Nash. I ordered this as a kit from Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin. So I am using all of the called for threads, of course, because it came as a kit. I have it on this wonderful thread drop. Somebody from StitchCon put it at my table. I wish I knew who. There was no name. I love it. It's music theme. See, there's music and there's notes. Beautiful. Anyway, these are the threads. All Weeks Dye Works. And here is my progress on my rabbit. Last time he was part filled in, but mostly just outlined, but I got the rabbit stitched except for the whisper. He's going to have a white tummy, white around the eyes, and the tail will be the whisper, and I'm going to save that till last. And I just got a little start on this stem with leaves. There's going to be a big flower up here and a little bud of some kind there. So that wasn't a lot of stitching time either, but there's my progress. That's from Stacy Nash again. Get some things out of the way as I go through them. Another thing I got started on, I'm participating in Stitch Camp 2023 from Colorado cross stitcher Sherry. And our assignment this month was to have something that grows. And Santa is holding a tree, and a tree grows, so that counts. And I told you last time, daughter likes the Prairie Schooler Santas, so I'm going to try to get some of those done. But this is the one for Stitch Camp 2023. I got a little start on it. Let's see, what did I do here? I think I had like half a day or something, but I got the tree done, did some outlining on Santa. So when I sit down to work on him again, I'll do a lot of fill-in. you see this, I did the back stitching there to start the border. I have another, on this same fabric, I have another one, and so I wanted to make sure I had enough space between to cut them apart and have the ornaments. And you'll see I drew with my friction pen, and that'll come off with heat. I've done it before, and it's not going to stay on this fabric. It works just fine. And I'm really light with it anyway. So anyway, I got that started and established the border, so I know I have enough room on this fabric, and I think I have enough room maybe for a couple more on this fabric. I'm hoping if I place them correctly. If I turn them the other way, I think I can get two like that. Anyway, so that's my Stitch Camp 2023 progress so far. Okay, here's the big one. Jane Hopkins. Jane became my focus piece for this month. Starting this month, she will remain my focus piece until she's done, and my rule for focus piece is that I stitch on it 7 days every month, and it stays the focus until it's done. So this was my New Year's Day start, and let me show you what I've done so far. I'm very excited about my progress this time because June was diddly squat. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I am so thrilled. I got that pot of all those flowers done. Let's see, last time I was in here somewhere because I made the connections here and here. So I finished this leaf, did the bud, this other cluster of leaves, a leaf, this whole big flower here, and this leaf here. There is one more leaf that's going to come out this way and connect to the pot of flowers. I want to be extra careful there that comes out right. So I haven't started that yet. I think I'm going to work from the pot of flowers backwards. Let me show the back again. See what I mean? It comes over here and it touches the pot of flowers. So I'm going to start with the pot of flowers and work that way. So should any adjustment have to be made, it gets made in the leaf, in the petal someplace. Anyway, Jane Hopkins. Oh, so excited. That is also being stitched as part of the Hats First Week of the Month Sal. I always stumble on that name. Laura DeWitt came up with that, and it's so long. Laura, you could have been a little less wordy. One more look at her. I think I see why people who stitch full coverage like full coverage. It's like you're stitching and it's not apparent what you're stitching, and you're changing colors and you step back and all of a sudden, wow, look, there it is. I love it. Love it. Okay, Jane, you can go home. Okay, those were my whips. And I have very little haul. Did I show you my finishes? I skipped my finishes. I have finishes. Did I do this? Eliza's French Birds from JBW Designs, Judy Whitman. And I totally copied the Proper Stitcher, Annie. This is the same frame she got, and I got it from Amazon, very reasonably priced. It's a tight fit, but boy, it's beautiful. It perfectly sets off the pink birds and the greens in those leaves. That's Eliza's French Birds. So happy with that. Okay, that's JBW Designs. I did my pre-stitching for the online finishing class that I'm going to do. I told you about last time. Lindy Stitches and Lois of Lady.Creates are collaborating on an online class for finishing. I did my pre-stitching. This is going to be the cover of the Needlebook. I put my initial in the bird's wing. She provided the entire alphabet, so anyone's initial can go in there. Looking forward to that. I have all my my kit, and I have my class handouts, PDFs all printed and ready to go, and I'm anxious to do that. Okay, what else did I skip here? Okay, I didn't show you my finish on the patriotic ornaments. I had 2 of them finished last time, remember, and I didn't have the fender washers I needed. Okay, now wait, let me move this and not dump them all over. Okay, I got this 2-foot tall tree on Amazon. Lights up, if I can see where the button is. Oh, there it is, okay. So it lights up. It made a really cute display on my table. And I had, from my gift exchange at StitchCon, it was a patriotic theme, and I had those items out there too. So it made a nice little display. So this is from Fat Quarter Shop. This was Red, White, and June Sal. And the tart tins and the pre-cut boards were all available from Fat Quarter Shop. I loved having the pre-cut circles, and they're perfect. And as I told you, I finished them with magnets so that if I do the Halloween or Valentine's, I can just take it off and there's the magnet, and I can make make a different theme and put it on and use the same tree. So that's my patriotic ornaments. What else did I skip? Liza's French Bird, patriotic ornaments, ruffled feathers. Okay, now haul. I only had one piece of haul. It's my Bestitch Me Fabric Club. This is called Catacombs. It's kind of cool. Gray, a little bit of pinky undertone in some of that modeling. I don't know if you can see it, but I see it here. That'll be really cool with something. Looks like fall to me. I don't know, maybe. That's my only haul. My plans are for the rest of this month. I need to, or not the rest of this month, the next 2 weeks. I have a meeting with my Central Kentucky Stitchers group. That'll be fun. We're going to do a Zoom meeting, an evening for stitching together. That'll be fun too. I'm going to be able to give my Maria Vincenza Larrichia her full 3 days, and Forget Me Not, which is the project I'm finishing based on Katie Strachan's Simple Harmony box. And I will have 5 days on that. And I'm going to work on Stitch Camp, the Prairie Schooler Santa. I don't think that'll take a lot of time to get done. And then I'll see what else I can fit in that I'm working on. I have some little starts that I can work on. So, okay. What, 12 minutes? 12 minutes, I zipped through all that. Okay. We're going to talk about the 3K recipients. Now, okay. Now, I had 4 items. The first was from Fat Quarter Shop. It still is from Fat Quarter Shop. They are offering a free pattern on the Santa's Bake Shop mystery, and they're also offering a $50 gift certificate to the recipient. And this recipient, it's not a name. So, number 1, PTEBO7219. If you are PTEBO7219, please send me your email as soon as you can, because I think the mystery sale has started like today or something. Use my recoveringmonogamous@gmail.com. It's written in the notes below. And get that to me so that you can receive that gift certificate and the PDF of the pattern by email, okay? Again, PTEBO7219. Honest, that's what it said on the comments, so that's all the explanation I have for that. Okay, number 2, I offered a project bag made out of Blackbird Design fabrics, and the winner is another Karen. It's Karen, I can't read it backwards. Karen ED8VC. ED8VC. So Karen, if that's you, please send me through my email address. Send me your mailing address so I can get this out to you as soon as possible. Number 3 was another project bag made by me made with Blackbird Design fabrics. And the winner is Pug's Mom 123. Pug's Mom 123. If you are Pug's Mom, please use my email address. Send me your mailing address so I can send this to you as soon as possible. And number 4, which is another pattern of the Velvet Parsnip Needlebook that I purchased at market time and did not stitch from. And this is Ibeestitchin. Ibeestitchin. If you're Ibeestitchin, please contact me with my email address below so I can get this out to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for all of you who participated. There were 184 comments that included any of the numbers. So that was fun. I look forward to doing that again. Certainly on my first anniversary, which will be September 1st. So we'll do something again. Okay, that is all the cross stitch I have to share at this time. I need to turn this tree off. Just using battery. Okay. And we'll talk about the quilt. So if you're not sticking around to hear about the quilt, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. And if you are here for the quilt, thanks for staying. This quilt I made in 2014. It was one of the very earliest that I did, that I quilted on my long arm. And I look at it now and go, ooh, I've learned a lot since then. That's always a good thing, to know that you're improving. Okay, the pattern is called Woven, and this was a free pattern from modabakeshop.com. I assume it's still there. I did not take time to go check, I'm sorry. But you can go to modabakeshop.com. They have lots of patterns there. And this was woven. The fabric line, of course, is no longer available. This is from a long time ago. It was called Kissing Booth. I don't know who the designer was. And I know I bought it from Fat Quarter Shop because I had a gift certificate from son and daughter-in-law, and I used the gift certificate to buy the backing fabric, which matches the front pattern, or the front fabric. It's part of that same line. Okay, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. So if you tend to be a little sick, just turn your head for a few seconds and I'll tell you when I'm done moving it around. Okay. Unplug. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's a really pretty fabric line. I love the pinks and the reds. Let me see if I can get in on a block here. Okay, here's a block. Starts here and goes to here. So you have a piece, of course you're cutting it. It looks like it's woven, but this piece continues. It goes under this one, goes over this one, and over that one. And this one goes over them all. This one goes under, over, under. So that's the way the pattern is built. It gives the appearance that they're woven. Really pretty fabrics. The brown sets it off. You have to have some brown. You can't just have all pinks, contrary to what 10-year-old Karen would have thought. I would have wanted all pink. In fact, my grandmother was making quilts for all of her grandchildren, and when she got to mine, she asked me what color I wanted. I said pink. She said, pink, you sure? Yes, I want pink. And when she finished the quilt, I'll show it to you sometime too. It's the T block. I think it's called T. It makes T's and it goes around in a square. Anyway, she had said it's pink, but also blue. And I said to my mother, she ruined it with the blue. I'm glad I didn't say that to my grandmother. She would have been hurt. Okay, and the pattern, the quilting pattern, you can see, get a good look at it, kind of in those lighter colors, was a pantograph. So as I said before, with a pantograph, I stand behind my machine and I'm using a laser light to trace a pattern. And then the needle head is on the other side of the machine. I can show, wait, where did I put it? I had it right here and I was going to put it so I could reach it. Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. It's digitechpatterns.com if you're interested, if you're long armor or whatever, digitechpatterns.com, and the name of it is Fantasy Flame. Fantasy Flame. So that's a simple little finish on a really cute quilt called Woven. I hope you can get the pattern if you're interested in it, because it was a fun one to do, not hard, and I'm sure I did it with jelly rolls. So there you go. Okay, that's it. This was a short one. So happy you came by, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.